Mr. Abdullah Isaac, welcome to our interview.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
In November 1972, Bangladesh received its first ever World Bank loan in the form of a $50 million emergency recovery loan. The partnership has come a long way since then. Now Bangladesh has the largest IDEA program in the world. So my question is, which factors do you think contributed the most towards developing such a growing partnership?
It has been a very strong partnership indeed since 1972, when on January 30th, our President then, President McNamara, visited Bangladesh and met the father of the nation. I think from that point on, one key word is trust. The World Bank trusted that across the political spectrum in Bangladesh, there was a commitment to really strive to develop and improve the welfare of the people of Bangladesh. That is consistent. And then Bangladesh trusted the World Bank to be the partner to come in and accompany their effort. So I think as a result of this mutual trust, we have seen the World Bank committing over 40 billion US dollars since that very first loan in October or November 1972. So we have delivered a lot and are quite proud to have been the partner of Bangladesh in this journey to improve the welfare and well-being of people.
There must have been challenges along the way over the last 5 decades. So which were the biggest challenges the bank has faced working with Bangladesh?
We would like to look at it is, of course, as Bangladesh strive to improve the well-being, the welfare of people, what kind of challenges Bangladesh face, and how then the World Bank will come in and support. And I would say, look, clearly the country is vulnerable to the impact of climate or an overall natural disaster. You heard about how in the past cyclone, for instance, has been so devastating. And the World Bank is quite proud having supported the Bangladesh effort to bring down the level of casualties caused by a cyclone 100-fold. That is quite significant. But also, I think when we look at how to improve nutrition, how to combat famine, something that Bangladesh has overcome, and Bangladesh has received the support of the World Bank in that regard. So there are development challenges. One of them clearly being how to empower women, which Bangladesh should be so proud. You look at how, for instance, it has achieved gender parity in elementary school, in lower secondary school. That was a big challenge, how to bring girls to schools, how to keep them in schools, how to bring women in the labor market. And those are challenges that I think Bangladesh overcome, and the World Bank was very proud to be part of it.
Please tell us about a very successful program in Bangladesh that was supported by the World Bank.
You know, you are asking me to look at a book that has 40 billion page, which is basically the 40 billion US dollars of support the World Bank provided. Ask me which one I will pick. So it's a tough challenge. But certainly, I will say that the stipend programs, which is something that Bangladesh has innovated with. It is something today that is being replicated across the world. What it means, how to incentivize parents, household, to bring in girls in school. To me, when I look at this 40 billion of pages of support of the World Bank, this one is certainly something that I feel extremely proud, because we know that women empowerment is so critically important for development, for inclusion. And not only Bangladesh has done it well, Bangladesh has exported that also knowledge and know-how across the world. So that is quite impactful.
My last question. In next 10 years, which areas would be the bank's priority in terms of providing funding or financial support to Bangladesh?
Let me first go back to Bangladesh always, because it's all about Bangladesh. Bangladesh said, in 10 years, I want to be an upper middle income country. And you know what? Bangladesh will do that. And the World Bank says, World Bank Group, I should say, World Bank, IFC, MIGA, how can we do to support that? And last Thursday, we had a discussion at our board. We talked about the World Bank Group Country Partnership Framework. How could we support Bangladesh to achieve upper middle income country status and later on being a rich country? And we said, look, there are so many ways, but certainly there are three outcomes we like to focus our effort. One is about jobs by private sector. I can come back later and elaborate more on this. The second one is about socio-economic inclusion, women empowerment, vulnerable household again. And then third, how can we help Bangladesh be more resilient to climate risk and environmental risk? So if I take, for instance, this agenda related to private sector jobs, well-paid jobs for young girls, young boys in Bangladesh, there will be a lot of major reforms that will be needed. I mentioned that when we had the chance to host in this office Honorable Prime Minister, that was on Monday. We discussed about how financial sector reforms will be important, how business climate reforms will be important, how trade reforms will be important, how domestic resource mobilization will be important. Those are reforms that are key on which the World Bank is committed to support Bangladesh. Doing so will really help diversify the private sector, expand the private sector, improve the footprint of Bangladesh across global markets, and bring millions of jobs to young people in Bangladesh. I very much look forward to that.
Mr. Sek, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me. It was great. Thank you.